Namaskar. This is Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. These are unprecedented times. And amidst all the current turmoil that we're facing across our nation and all over the world, I would like you to know that you are not alone. There is always a beacon of hope that will find you. And all our frontline workers, our medical fraternity, are working so hard day in and day out to make us feel safe, keep us safe, and look after our well-being. With this, I would like to introduce you to a very dear family friend of mine, Dr. Pai, from the Seven Hills Hospital, Mumbai, who, along with his colleagues, the nurses, all the medical staff, are fighting this fight against COVID-19 for us every single day and night, looking after patients, committed for us. Hello, Doc.
Good evening. Namaste.
And thank you so much for your time and allowing me to ask you just a couple of questions to share with our people all across our nation, all over the world. Dr. Pai, you and all your colleagues, all the nurses, all the medical staff at the Seven Hills Hospital have been fighting this fight against COVID-19 right since stage 1. So could you please share with us how you, the hospital, prepared for this?
This virus, as we all know, is a small microscopic virus, which has turned the entire world on its head in the last 3 or 4 months. What then happened over a period of time was, before the lockdown was actually announced and the world started realizing that we are heading for some grave danger, and I'm talking particularly of India and Mumbai, we saw a deluge of passengers who were being transported from the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport into the Seven Hills Hospital. And all of a sudden, the hospital was inundated with passengers. I wouldn't call them patients, they were passengers who were screened at the airport and brought into the hospital for the sake of being quarantined. They were kept there for almost 2 weeks. They were then diagnosed with a swab test, and when they were tested negative, and all of them were obviously negative, after a period of 2 weeks, they were sent back home. And our hospital has now seen, as of today, we have 580 patients who are admitted to the hospital. In the last 1.5 months or so, we must have seen and treated more than 2,000 patients who were afflicted by this virus. All of them, I'm happy to say, and this is a good point, because lots of them have gone back home safe and sound.
Some positivity, yes.
And yes, and in a city and the world which is, being seen with so much of despair and gloom, this is a good thing which I would like to say, that amongst all these patients who are admitted, we have recorded only 5 deaths. I'm saying only 5 because
every life matters, but yes, I know when everybody is discussing numbers and going by the sheer population of our city and the concerns and the panic, but yes, it's still, I know for the fraternity, I think for the medical fraternity, it's frustrating because every demise is a loss, and it is shattering, whatever you say. And you all are dealing with this. That's why I was asking about the morale of the medical fraternity as well, because you're dealing with this every day. You're working with the patients, and they're human beings. And, you have to, I'm sure you have to counsel them as well to remain as focused and committed, no?
Exactly.
In the given scenario.
It's a tough task, no doubt about it.
So what are the challenges and the risks that they're facing?
See, basically, it's very important to keep up the morale of the staff, as you mentioned very rightly. When we started getting into the hospital, when the disease had just got into the city, it was indeed a very scary situation. Because at the end of the day, everyone thought that he or she would be affected by the virus. Yes. It was genuinely a very scary thought.
Human nature,
even a small bit of cough or a little feverishness, one would think, oh, I got this disease. And I must confess that at the end of the day, the staff at the Seven Hills Hospital have done an exemplary job in handling these patients of the COVID infection. So also what happens is when a patient is being transported from, say, the ICU to the, say, for my department, the radiology department. So when that process is happening, so you'll see a series of people walking with the patient, all in their personal protective equipment. Once the scan is done, we are very, very quick in doing a scan, which is now considered to be the gold standard, doing a CT scan of the chest. But once that is done, we had to go through that entire exercise of sanitizing the whole department, sanitizing the table on which the patient has laid, and sanitizing the entire area from where he leaves the department up to the ICU. So it's a humongous task. So, but there is no shortcut. One has to follow these principles, and you cannot let your guard down at any stage.
Gratitude, prayers, thank you, and we just salute you, Doc. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing with us. Prayers for all your patients in your hospital. Godspeed to them, their family. Be strong. All positivity and prayers for their speedy recovery, healthy recovery, and God give them and theirs all the strength. And to all the patients all across our nation, all across the world, our prayers, our positivity, and Godspeed and immense strength. Thank you so much, Doc, for your time today. I mean, I could go on and on, but I have to. I'm limited with the time allowed. But thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your sacrifice, and to everybody of your fraternity everywhere. Thank you so much, everybody. You all have heard it from Dr. Pai, and we have to pray. We have to stay positive. All the doctors, please stay safe. Keep well. God bless. And thank you once again. And to the rest of us, it's time we all say that we can, we will, and we must help. So please press the donate button and let us all do our bit for India. It's time to say, I for India.